Hello and welcome back to another video. It's one of those videos I don't want to make, but as you can see, my Subaru's a little banged up. She's seen better days. I know this car doesn't make a ton of appearances on the channel, but it is still part of the family. I'm not the one who wrecked it. I'm not gonna say any names, but yeah, was it me this time? Yes. Check out the damage. Obviously it was in a front end collision. I wasn't there, so I don't know the whole story. So fender's definitely messed up, hood, headlight, bumper a little bit. The biggest issue is this guy. As you can see, this wheel's pushed back there. See a big gap there, no gap there. Feel like somebody was doing some NASCAR shit, some rubbing his racing over here.
Quarter pants.
You can see most of like engine compartment and everything seems to be okay. You can see a little bit of bow heel, and obviously this is crushed in, but I don't think anything lower than that seems to be okay from what I can tell. The rest of the body seems to be okay. I mean, this car wasn't exactly pretty to begin with. It was already kind of beat up around the edges. It has a lot of rust. Like the whole underbody of this car is pretty rusty, so it's not exactly a prime. What are you doing? You can go work on it? Go fix it? We're here to do your inspections. What do you think? Think I can fix it? We're not getting that much done laying on the job. Alright, let's take this guy back off so we can see the damage now. Hey, first class, you can tell it's been rubbing pretty bad because the lower control arm is bent up here. It's not supposed to be like that. Also, the tie rod, the inner tie rod, is bent up a little bit. Sway ball link is busted. From what I can tell, looks like everything else is okay. A little bit damage on the wheel. See, dented heel, gouged heel, and cut heel. A lot of this looks okay. Now that we see what major components are messed up, now we can kind of tear it farther down to assess the damage and see if she's worth saving. As you can see, it's pretty bad crease there. This bearing pretty janky. That might be cracked or just rust. Rush chipping away. Hopefully, where it bolts to the frame is fine. Probably won't know until I get a new one and throw it on though. Still gotta finish taking this guy off. I got the inner tie rod off. Okay, while I'm tearing the Subaru apart, waiting parts for it, I tore apart the Miata. It's been overheating, haven't been able to figure it out. So I poured the water pump, and it looks fine, so it's not a good sign. Maybe head gasket. I swear everything is broken. When it rains, it pours. It's your fault. Hey, it's been about a week. Finally got all my parts in that I need. While I was waiting for that, I pulled the head off this guy, placed the head gasket, placed the water pump. Not fun. Still have to finish putting all the thingies back on it. But now I can focus back on this guy. Now a dull moment around here. I did end up picking a aluminum lower control rod, so they are going to be mismatched on the side. I don't care as long as it works and right straight. Got a new tie rod, inner tie rod, a new boot for the tie rod. So put this on. Okay, I've been fighting with this low control arm for a while. Things definitely aren't lining up. Pretty sure this guy right here is tweaked. It's tweaked this way a little bit. So So this hole isn't matching up with the holes back there when you mount up. Yeah, might have to do some ghetto shit to pull it. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it'll work or not. You know, what do I have to lose? A fucked up car. You know, car's already fucked up. So I have rat straps strapped to this little control arm to the van. Unfortunately, I don't have nowhere back here to strap the car down to keep it moving forward. Everything's way out there. So I have the wheels chalked on both sides, brake pedal depressed, and gear. Idea is to pull the van forward, maybe pull that mount just a little bit to tweak it. Hey, that was a success. Don't try this at home, it is dangerous. A lot of bad things can happen, just do it slowly if you do it. So the 2 bolts to hold the bearing are lined up. This thing is lined up, got the bolt in. All I do is tighten it down. Now I gotta put all this stuff back together. As you can see, I got the car back on the ground and one piece-ish. I haven't done the alignment or anything. I just kind of matched what the old tie rod is at, so I still need to do that. But first, I want to see everything, make sure everything is working, so I ain't driving around. Sorry, it's so extremely loud. The cicadas are in the mood, I guess. Hey, the car moved on its own power, but not surprisingly at all. The alignment's so bad that I barely made it up the driveway. So yeah, now I need to align it. Luckily I have some alignment plates. You know, it probably won't be perfect, but at least it'll be close. Definitely drivable. And this thing, got my head back on and button it up. I am waiting on a fuel line because I messed up the fuel line. I pinched it and the rubber, not rubber, the plastic is all bent, messed up. So I'm waiting on one of those to finish that guy up. Also, it's way too damn loud outside. I mean, I don't even want to go outside without my headphones, it's so loud. That's why I'm inside. Okay, my alignment, got my wheels all towed in. If you don't have tow plates, they're worth it, especially if you do a lot of DIY or do your own stuff at home. It will pay for itself using it twice, I guess. So do that if you don't have them. Not too hard to use, it is a little bit more time consuming, but not bad. Now, try and test drive it again. Okay, took the car for test drive, drove around, got up to speed, did really good. No major issues, it pulled straight. It feels like it used to feel, so which is good. So which means I did a good job. So mechanically she's good. So now we gotta worry about the cosmetic BS. Luckily I had a headlight. And I still have a ton of Subaru stuff in my shed. So I had a headlight. I thought I had a fender. Turns out I only had a drop side fender. I'll probably show the other one because I had a full front clip at one point, like hood, bumper, both headlights, all that. I think I showed all that. Sad, but at least I have a headlight. The rest of it I might just try to tweak out, beat out. She's not gonna look pretty. Yeah, this next part's definitely gonna be the more challenging part because I really don't want to do any more money in this car. So I just want to try to pull as much of this stuff out and beat it, hammer it, do what I have to do to be able to get like a priority is to get another headlight in it so that's usable and for it to look most like a car. and be usable. So plan is use the van again, strap this area and pull it this way, kind of pull some of that out and start taking some of this part of stuff apart. Pulled out a little bit, but I think in order to get a more effective pull, I need to move this spindle, that way I can get around here. So yeah, I'm gonna take the spindle off. As you can see, I've been slowly working it. I got the headlight bolted in, looks pretty good. Spindle mostly bolted in. I don't have any zip ties in it yet, but I figure with a few zip ties, that should be pretty decent. Obviously ugly, you know, all that stuff's workable. But the hardest part is definitely gonna be the hood, because it's definitely warped. And this is, I have my super cold air intake, super ram air intake. Leave it like that, get all the fresh air. But yeah, getting that hood tweaked out might be challenging.
One eternity later.
Hey, no joke, it's been about a month since I've touched this car. Well, most cars. I've just been super busy, been gone for most of it. I went to Vegas for a week. I was in Kentucky for like 2 weeks doing some army stuff. Haven't really had time to touch anything, but I finally have a day. So yeah, I think I'm gonna take the hood off and see if I can do something with it. Okay, we'll try to do something with it. You gonna help? Hey, why don't you jump up and down on that hood? That's not helping. Okay, I got the hood inside. Hey girl, what's your name? The plan is, since I don't really care about this hood, it's never gonna look good by any means. So I'm gonna chop off some of the support to make it easier to bend this back. Because yeah, this thing is, it's not gonna look pretty. I just want it to cover the engine bay, cover the hood, or this is the hood, cover the intake and everything else, so it's not open. Hey, I put the hood on, did some mushies, and for the most part, it's not that bad. You know, if you squint your eyeballs, stand pretty far back, not that bad. You know, obviously not pretty, but it's getting the job done, which is when I'm afterwards getting the job done. Is make it look like a car again, that way I can just drive it. I want it to drive. So that works. For some reason, it looks better on the fucked up side than it does on the okay side. You know, whatever. But see, it's kind of in one piece. And the grill was already missing before all this, but I do have that guy, so I need to find that guy. Hey, found it. Put it back on. So, yeah. And you put the side skirt back on and give this thing a bath. After I sprayed the car down, I ran some errands, drove around town, just kind of testing things out, making sure she's good to go. Mechanically, the car drives great. It drives just like it did before the accident, but here's some before and after. It's not like a massive difference, but it'll do. This car was never a beauty queen to begin with. I really didn't want to throw a ton of money back into this car since these aren't worth a ton of money. If I would have thrown an extra $500 into hoods and fenders and other components, I wouldn't be able to get that money back out of it, so it'd be essentially kind of a waste of money. My original plan was to sell this car anyway, even before the accident happened, but from a distance, the car doesn't look too bad, not too shabby. Just don't get close to it. But at least now the car is usable, and I think I'm going to make a pretty good full-time rallycross car for somebody. I know this video wasn't super exciting, but I think the main point of it to show you, don't just throw your cars away if you have a fender bender or lower an accident. You can still fix them. You can still get them drivable. Might not look pretty or be the same as it used to be. This is a perfect example. This car smacked the wall like going 50 miles per hour. I replaced the entire front end. Can't really tell that much, but it's definitely doable. It's really not that bad. So as long as like frame isn't bent, things can get replaced, especially if you care about the car itself. Yeah, the car is not pretty like I said, but it's a usable state. I can drive it to work, to the grocery store. It's thundering outside. Still great in the wintertime. I can still rally cross it. And so the car still has a lot of life left in it. Even though the car is rough on the outside, the drivetrain it's pretty solid. I rebuilt the engine a few years ago, and driving wise, it's a good car. It's pretty solid. Just looks like shit. Also, the lifted Miata, it's been totaled like twice before, but we've still got a lot of life left in it. Has been able to salvage it too, so don't let your cars die, is the point. But that is it for this video. If you've made it this far, I thank you, and do me a favor, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.